you guys see the story with Steph Curry? Said he was on a podcast, Vince Carter podcast, said he didn't believe in the moon landing. And some of the other guys who were on the podcast agreed with him that didn't think that we landed on the moon. And I actually felt sad for Steph Curry and embarrassed for him. And I don't know if he's joking or not. Like, I think that Kyrie Irving really feels like that the earth is flat. And you know, maybe Kyrie was having fun at our expense. But then you say, I mean, I felt embarrassed for Steph Curry because he's an educated guy, went to a great college at Davidson. And then you're going on, and I don't think we landed on the moon. And I thought, and then we tried to reach out to NASA to see if we could get an astronaut to join us, and astronauts were not available for comment. But
they said they were out of the atmosphere right now. Couldn't call back.
And so they did release a statement saying, you know, we'd love to have Steph, you know, when Golden State plays Houston later this year, why don't you come to Cape Canaveral or wherever, Mission Control in Houston. And, you know, we'll show you all these moon rocks that we have and all of that stuff. So, I don't know. I felt if Steph is pulling our leg, great. But if he's telling the truth, because the one thing I would say to Kyrie Irving, so you think that the earth is flat. So at some point it ends. Like where does it end? Like what town does it end? And is there a bunch of like cars and trucks and like they just went over the cliff?
Because no one would go there anymore.
No, you would think if there's an edge, there's an end to the earth, that you'd find it. And then you'd probably have people say, hey, don't go there. Hey, big cliff ahead, you know, big sign or something. End of your life ahead. But I don't think Kyrie believed that the earth was flat. I don't. But Steph, I don't know if he's telling the truth that, you know, he doesn't think we went to the moon. How did you guys, did you think he was joking, McLovin?
I'm right with you. I don't know. I hope he's joking because, well, then again, remember the movie Wag the Dog with Robert De Niro and all those stars?
Yeah.
They had all these jokes about the moon landing being fake. So, and it was funny then. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope he's joking.
Yeah, like I don't really understand why this is such a big deal, to be honest with you. I mean, like the earth is flat. That's one thing because it's, I don't know, science is sort of.
Yeah, but it's not.
Well, right. I know. And
I mean,
I understand why people would react to that. But like whether you believe, you know, that we landed on the moon or not, like who cares?
I know, but it's Steph Curry, and then you're saying this. I don't believe we landed on the. I don't know. I just felt sad for him. Like, really? Yeah, Paul.
Like if you're Vince Carter and you're part of the conversation, do you use it as a chance to brag? Well, I've been up a lot higher than you guys, so I'm a more authority on this topic.
Yeah.
There's a town named Edge, Texas, unincorporated town in the middle of Texas.
Hmm.
It's the only one we could find.
But it's in the middle of Texas.
Yeah, but
So it's not at the edge of Texas.
it's unincorporated though because people never, when they get there, they just fall off.
Yes, Fritzy.
I don't know, if you're a former astronaut or some physicist or some genius in the math science world and you come out and have some evidence or suggest that that didn't happen, but it's as great as he is, it's a basketball player making that comment. Like, why? I kind of agree with Seton. Why are we giving this any additional thought? I know it's Steph Curry, but it's not someone that would have any kind of evidence or could possibly have any kind of academic background that can challenge whether that happened or not.
Can you imagine if LeBron said it? Like this would be the number one story. It'd dominate. Yeah, Paul.
How many current living men have walked on the moon? Has other countries, Russia, or have we gone back after the first one many times? Or is it like...
There's quite a few who have walked on the moon, I believe.
I got 12.
12?
I got 12 right now.
Yeah, so there's 12.
None of them played in the NBA. I'm double checking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Allegedly 12 walked on. Yes, Fritzy.
It is kind of Lunar Tunes for him to just say something like that. Just kind of play basketball.
Should have gone to break.
Ooh.
Should have gone to
Lunar
break.
Tunes.
Yeah.
Should we get back to Paulie's Vince Carter joke that was just completely passed over there?
And
bomb too.
Should have gone to break before that too.
Yeah, he tried to get me to say it earlier, and I was like, I just gave him the eyebrows up, like, yeah, go ahead.
You do it.
I think Paulie's on edge a little bit. He got roughed up. Start the hour with a couple of callers.
Those were fun.
Yeah, they kind of set him on his heels a little bit.
Back-to-back suck at Paulie's.
Yeah.
It's never happened before.
Yes, Fritzy.
Should the Raptors moon Steph Curry tonight to let him know what they think about his idea?
It's actually kind of funny.
Why is that bad? Matt, before the game starts, before the national anthem, the Raptors, they're right there on the bench, and they drop their drawers for Steph Curry and moon him.
Maybe they hand out copies of Dark Side of the Moon.
They
with
could do
Pink
that,
Floyd.
too.
Yeah, how about that?
To take it full circle, Vince Carter was a Raptor.
Yeah,
It's true.
all righty. All righty. I met Neil Armstrong at Pebble Beach. This was mid-'90s, and Peter Jacobson, the golfer, introduced me to him. And I think Neil was playing in the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, and it was a rain delay, and I remember we were over in an area where all the golfers went. And I'm there with Peter Jacobson. Neil Armstrong walks by, and Peter goes, "Hey, Neil, Dan Patrick from ESPN. Hey, tell him all about the moon landing." And so he was, you could just see Neil Armstrong's face like, oh my God. And then, Jacobson was just kidding. And I shook hands with Neil Armstrong, and then that was it. Because he was like, yeah, tell him all about the moon landing.
Do you think of like Neil Armstrong and Sully, the guy who landed the plane, get together? There's like, they just complain that these people will never stop bothering us. The same story.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It feels like, Sully, I would think, would get a whole lot less than Neil Armstrong.
Right, but Sully's, he's got a pretty good bar story, and he doesn't have like a second best story, I don't think. Like, what would he ask about? Like, remember that time you built your own bicycle from scratch?
Yeah. Remember when you had that safe landing at JFK? Yes, Fritzy.
When Neil kept saying to you, "one giant putt for mankind," he was kind of asking for the attention. I think.
He was.
That's what you get.
It's one small putt for man.
One small putt for mankind.
One giant putt for mankind.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.